It was both the best and the worst this weekend. And ladies, just say no. Welcome to the show, Big Al, man. It was, well, first of all, I see you came in your Halloween costume. You're decked out, man. I've never seen you so proud to show off your
I got
Bronco
this.
gear.
I got this jacket last year from an alumni event, and of course, I don't know how to wear a vest.
You
So
rocking it, man.
uh,
You kind of look like got a little Bob the Builder look, but you,
I don't
but
know
you,
what to do. I'm like, do I hold it down or do I put my hands in my pocket? It's the first
it's a
time I've
vest,
actually
bro.
worn a vest like this.
Really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm
All right.
trying
You look good, man.
something new. Something new.
Well, look, man, I tell you what's not new. The Broncos won yet another one. And I'm gonna start this conversation about the Broncos off like this. Big win over Dallas, right?
Huge win.
44-24.
Huge.
That number 24, by the way, was the number. So you keep them under 24 less, you win this football game. But that aside, um, I'm sick of you naysayers out there. Like it's interesting when you look at the National Football League. What are we? Eight in?
This is the time where you get a full evaluation.
The National Football League is the top teams in the league go through this process. This is one of those years where you don't have a runaway team. Like there's no one that's undefeated right now or that's the clear sort of best in the league. Philadelphia has kind of gone through their ups and downs. The Chiefs have gone through their ups and downs, right? Detroit was a little bit uneven at times. You look at the Ravens, they've completely lost their way. Let's see if they can find their way in the second part of the season. You look at this Broncos team, and I think oftentimes because we're here, there is a tendency to be overcritical, right? To overanalyze the team. This is a team that's sitting at 6-2. And quite frankly, with as strong as this defense is, and an offense that from time to time it will peak, this is as good a team as there is in the league right now.
Yeah, I mean it's one of the few teams where you can see how they're young and getting better and stronger as the year goes on. And as you look at this team, I think one thing that you notice is that you're starting to see unfamiliar faces making plays that we didn't depend on earlier in the year. So it's exciting. And then when you have injuries, which we have had to endure, and you see guys step up and play big in those situations, that tells you that there's great coaching. So you got great coaching, you got players who make plays, and at the top of the organization, you have one of the best ownership situations in all of football. And I think that tells the entire story about the Denver Broncos from the top to the bottom.
Well, when you got the most money by far,
Doesn't mean that you're the best.
doesn't mean that you're the best.
It doesn't mean that you really care either.
But let me ask you this: how do you evaluate? How do you make the? Let's take the money away. If you
Okay.
took the money away, how do you support the statement that they're the best?
Well, let me give you a good story about Pat Bowlen before he passed away, and it was told to me um, by the great Mike Shanahan, and he said that we used to, as players back in the day, back all the way until like 1996. I want you to think about this. This was the age of $1 million paychecks in the NFL.
30 years ago.
Damn near. Was it
30 years
almost
ago,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, almost 30. This was the year. These were the years of $1 million paychecks, and guys in the locker room were still getting their orders from McDonald's and Burger King, and rookies were stopping and getting donuts for veterans. And at that time, Coach Shanahan started picking up breakfast for the players because he said he was tired of seeing the McDonald's and the Burger King.
Mm.
And then it lapsed over into the era of getting lunch. Now, you got to remember now, nobody in the NFL was doing this. Pat Bowlen was not the wealthiest owner. Pat Bowlen stepped up and made sure that not only breakfast and lunches were available, but snacks. And actually, one of the first teams to have its own dedicated room for lunches were the Denver
Mm.
Broncos. And at the same time, we were winning Super Bowls. So if you're in a copycat league, if the Broncos are serving breakfast and lunch to their players, and the players are no longer going out and getting fast food, if you will, for breakfast, and we used to have this archaic system where you would tell a rookie, hey, go to Subway and get me a foot long, and and so the rookie would have to take off and go and get the food and come back, which means that he didn't have time to study. And it was
Old school. I mean, it was.
it was old school, right? So it takes somebody who has and this was not because Mike Shanahan was in San Francisco, because I was in San Francisco the year before. So we did in San Francisco like the rest of the NFL. Hey, you going to get burgers? Get me a burger. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you going to get pizza? Get me some pizza, and you'll just pay for it when you come back. So you say class and ownership. Well, you just have to have some leadership quality to say this is wrong. I think this will help our dietary plan. It'll help our overall consistency of managing players' weight, and you just have to take the initiative. But that doesn't mean you have to have the wealthiest ownership to do it. As a matter of fact, I don't believe at any point Pat Bowlen was in the top half of the wealthiest owners in the NFL.
I think you're right.
So that's how you go from being a class organization, passing it on to another organization where they become the class organization as well.
Okay, so you have immense confidence, as do I. I have no reason not to
met with
have.
them. I've met with them.
Yeah.
No stranger. I've met with them, and they've asked questions about what they can do to help the alumni base. What community projects are we interested in? You
Mm.
know, how can we help the organization? And they've been proactive that way. So um, that's something that I didn't
Should be
get from the
applauded.
Bowling family.
Yeah.
So
No.
this is just another layer on top of it. So it just feels like they're doing things the right way, and I think that matters when you want to win.
Well, you did mention as well, players who are popping up on the stat sheet, young guys, three rookies really contributing big time in this past game. That says a lot about, to your point, coaching and the confidence that you have in your organization. This kid, RJ Harvey,
Mm-hmm.
3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 passing, 1 receiving. Pat Bryant, receiver, looks good. Young rookie
Mm-hmm.
receiver, looks really good
Mm-hmm.
out there. And this cornerback who they drafted, I think, in the first round,
Mm-hmm.
the Barron kid. I mean, with the pick, you got something where you can go deep into your bag and get that kind of production from your rookie class.
Yeah, and then the way I look at it also is that in this stage of the season, this stage in that season, there are no more rookies. Okay, you got to imagine in college football, you play 12 games. Okay, you play 12 games. Well, right now, the Denver Broncos have had 3 preseason games and 8 regular season games. That's 11 games. Okay, that's equivalent to what most people would call a college football season.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you've had the entire off season. You've had the preseason leading up to the games to practice. So this whole idea about the rookies being rookies, not this late in the year, because I think that they've had a real introduction to the NFL. And I think that this is the time when you'll see them shine if they got it.
Yeah, and they appear to have it. Now you look at this. We talk a lot about the division, which is where it starts, and then we span out to the conference. I made the statement a few minutes ago that I think the Broncos are one of the probably top 6 or 7 teams in the league. Will you go that far? One, and because here's the thing. Teams play in the, you kind of play and your season unfolds in the context of what's happening around you. I think a lot of times we evaluate teams through a narrow window, right? In a silo, as if the world is, there's nothing else happening. And so if they make a mistake or if they don't look great, then they're bums or they're not going to be good enough to win it. That's kind of characteristic of this season. I think one of the most competitive, I think, most interesting NFL seasons in a long time because, you know, sure, Kansas City is coming into form, but what's that going to look like as we get down to it in an AFC championship game or in a division game? Sure, Buffalo is going to be right there, but they still haven't proven that they could get over the hump, right? I think the Ravens we haven't heard the end of the Ravens yet. I think as they get healthy, that's a team that will make a surge. But as I look at this conference, I think the Broncos is as good, and they're obviously anchored by their defense, but their defense is good enough, as they've proven, to even win games for them when there's lapses on the offense. And certainly when the offense is playing well, I'm not sure if there's a more complete team or a better looking outfit in the National Football League when they got it going the way they did against the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think first of all, the Cowboys stink on defense.
Oh, that's a bad team.
You pointed it out, CJ. You pointed it out last week. I had no idea they were that bad. You know what I'm saying? Even though you see it on film and you do your homework and you look at an opponent, there's no way in the world did you think that we will put up such gaudy numbers in the rushing game, and Bo Nix actually, look as good as Peyton Manning in his prime. That's something you just can't bank on every day. Yeah. But
they had every one of their DBs were out of the game. By the way, you took a sorry defense and you take the starting sorry players off, which by definition means the guys who are coming in after the sorry players are sorrier than the sorry players, and so that's what you had at Dallas.
And they had no pass rush to think of. Right. I mean, I think Bo Nix got hit one time in the entire game.
Yeah,
that's a bad Dallas defensive football team, and it feels like that they're going to pack it in if they don't get major trades at the deadline, which is coming up in the next week or so. Which brings up Deion Sanders, which we could talk about at sometime later on.
Yeah,
but this Bronco team, you say, can they be one of the top 6 or 7 teams in the NFL? The answer is yes. They're there right now. They're there right now because they had a chance to win the 2 games that they lost. They've been lucky enough, in the contest where maybe you didn't think they were going to win, they pulled off 1 or 2. So I think that this has been a competitive team all year. I think what's going to happen down the stretch is that you're going to have to, put your big boy pants on and play the Kansas City Chiefs twice. And this time, there is no end of the year, just give a game away,
right,
like it was last year. But also last year, the Broncos had a chance to win against the Kansas City Chiefs, and a block field goal, they could have won the first time. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they fare against a team that is clearly looking to catch up in the standings. They're 1 game behind the Denver Broncos. You got the Chargers out there that are struggling to find their way, but they're still in it.
Right.
But the teams that you mentioned, I was just sitting here thinking about it. You got the Buffalo Bills. That's going to probably win that division. You have the Indianapolis
New
Colts.
England may have something to say about
it. Right. But
you're right.
If you had your money on it,
I'm going with the Bills.
Okay,
you're absolutely right.
But that job that coaching staff out there in New England has done has been great. Mike Vrabel and that staff has put together a nice little season so far. I mean, you got Indy, who is clearly the class of the coaching regime right now. They're doing things the right way in Indianapolis.
I tell you what, that Jonathan Taylor, man,
but to know that you have a special player and give him the rock like they have is also a credit to the coaching staff. Use what you have. So you got the Colts. You have, I don't know about the Texans anymore. I don't know if they are
about to find out next week.
I don't know if they're a quality organization. Maybe that, when you are, this is the shit that nobody talks about, right? When you are a first place team, a playoff team, you have to play the top of everybody else's division the next year. So how you fare then really tells a story about who you are when you're good.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And then you talk about, so the Texans are going through that, and I don't believe they're going to stand up to it. Okay, that's my take. So I got the Indianapolis Colts as one of the best teams, that well coached. I got the Bills as one of the best teams, well coached. I got the Broncos, one of the best teams, well coached. I got the Kansas City Chiefs, and then the one team that maybe nobody's really talking about right now, they looked a little old on last weekend, is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm.
And who they are with Aaron Rodgers in the first half was decent. I think they finished 5-3. But who they are in the second half, when they get home games, when it gets cold, when they have the veteran quarterback and a full slate of games, how they look going into the postseason may take away that scariness that we used to see in Baltimore. Now maybe it resides in Pittsburgh with that offense finally having a trigger man since Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, listen, before this week, I might have said, okay, losing a home game the way they did this past week to Green Bay with all that's at stake, I think
They looked old.
they looked old. And I'm not certain that they're not going to get younger. They looked old because they are. And defensively, they're not pressuring the quarterback. Your quarterback is old. He's still serviceable quarterback in this league, but and they're not running the ball. They have to re-identify who they are as a team in terms of the personality, because I think a lot of what we say and think of Pittsburgh right now is what their reputation is. It's not been consistently demonstrated on the field, and we're getting to that point of the season, like you said. The truth, all the lies are falling away. The truth is revealing itself. I don't see it in Pittsburgh.
Drake May or Bo Nix?
Woo. I would say, that's a good one. Probably Drake May.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is, and I'm not disparaging Bo by any stretch, but the reason
it
I
always
say,
sounds like we are when we say that. Anytime you say his name, you don't say he is the best. It's like, man, we've seen struggle and we've seen growth this year, but the struggle that we saw at times last year, I don't know if that's easily forgettable. But that's part of being a rookie. And then this year we've seen some ugly games, but I'm going to have to say it's going to be Bo Nix for me.
You think so?
Yeah, because he can run. I mean, he can.
Oh, well, Drake is pretty athletic.
I know, but too. I'm talking about this dude. This dude can run. He can run.
Here is why I gave the nod to Drake May. Bo he's the beneficiary of an offensive-minded coach who drafted him. So who loves him and who drafted him. And that's huge for a quarterback. Drake May, on the other hand, was drafted before Mike and his Vrabel and that regime got this. This is their first year there.
But they love him too.
Of course they love him. He's their first round pick. But when the head coach is fully invested in you, and that's the position he coaches, it's going to give you every benefit to be good. And that's a plus. It's not again, I'm not taking anything away from Bo, but he has the benefit of that reality. And what Drake May has done, I mean, you look at that team and what they've been the past few years, and now they're in first place in that division that the Bills have dominated, winning a game in Buffalo. But that's tall cotton right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, the AFC is almost like, it's almost like being in the Western Conference in the NBA. It's almost the same. It's almost the same thing. Every week, it feels like something big is about to happen or something big is about to change. As soon as you think a team is out of it, they come out of nowhere and they play big. I mean, witness the Jets last week scoring 39 points.
Right. What'd that happen?
I think, sometimes you just get great game plans and you get players to respond. It's just, and sometimes, when you don't have coaches who understand the moment, it just takes them a while. And I think Aaron Glenn just didn't understand his team early on, and he maybe understands them a little more now. So maybe they have a better chance of winning.
I think there's something to that. Coaching a team, it takes time. You think you don't know what you don't know,
You
and
don't
then
know
you
until you
find
put them
out.
in a situation,
That's
right?
exactly right. So that said, with the Broncos, and I think this team they've gone through a gauntlet with the travel and the East Coast. I mean, they've gone through it and they came out unscathed.
Went to London.
Went to London. That's exactly right. Now they're going to have to deal with a little adversity that they didn't foresee. Your best player, Patrick Surtain, is out for at least a month, 4 to 6 weeks. I think the reports are. I think he has a torn pec. That said, Riley Moss, who I've always liked as the opposite, right? The guy opposite Pat Surtain. He doesn't have Pat Surtain to be opposite of. Someone's going to be opposite of Riley Moss now. Mixed bag in the game. Two pass interference calls in 3 consecutive plays. But here's what Riley had to say about it.
Yeah, you got to keep playing. It sucks, but it's just part of the job, I guess. And yeah, you just got to keep playing. And I was blessed with a pretty short memory, so it doesn't bother me. We won the game. Bada bing, bada boom.
What was those facial expressions that Brandon Cristal was making in the background? BK, hey, you know what I love about BK? BK is gonna find a camera, man. He really thinks he has a face for TV, bro.
You
got to keep playing.
Yeah, Riley again. That, and the point he made about keeping playing is he's absolutely right. Hey, look at BK back there. Look at him.
Oh, he did the eyes.
Look at him.
And the cheeks and everything.
Yeah. Look at he's all in.
All right.
Man.
Well, I guess
Yeah,
when you know where your camera is, you get to act towards the camera. But I think that Riley Moss. This is what I know. This is what I know. The Broncos love him. I mean, the Broncos absolutely love Riley Moss.
VJ loves him.
VJ loves him. He calls him a special player. He's highly regarded. But the thing is, and I want to talk about this for a minute because this is the part that is hard to explain to people who are watching the cornerback position. The cornerback position is the left tackle of offense because you just have to be patient and you just have to let the game come to you. And whatever happens, you have to be able to adjust. It's the only position on the field. It's really the only position on the field where things are happening behind you and you don't know what is really happening until the ball is actually launched and it's within 4 or 5 yards from you. And we're talking about nanoseconds where you have to really react. What made Patrick Surtain so great and the defensive player of the year is that he doesn't panic in those situations. Like panic is grabbing,
Yes.
Panic is pushing, panic is riding a guy out of bounds, unnecessarily. And
holding a lot of defensive holding
right?
calls.
I mean, those things were part of Patrick Surtain's game as a rookie. That has to be the difference maker in Riley Moss because he is a guy who does all the opposite. He grabs, he pushes, he interferes, and it's not that he is not right there with the players that he's guarding. He's just doing the extra, and he doesn't need to do the extra. And that's why he struggles to play cornerback at times because he just does not have the patience. And that's something that you just have to know and you have to feel. And that's what made Patrick Surtain so great over these last 4.5 years.
Like I got to tell you, man, that was a master class and an explanation of the difference between a defensive player of the year, all pro corner, and a guy who's a good corner.
Good corner, right? Man. Just impatient.
Riley Moss is a good corner, but I love the explanation. And you're right. It's like it's the panic at the point of contact, right? You do everything
just
right.
At the end. Just at the
right
end.
Right at the end.
Yeah.
You do everything right. And then it's like something's about to happen.
Right.
The ball's about
to end. You can feel it. You look for it. And then you do the thing that they say don't do.
Bro, that was damn good. I got you. Give me some.
But I've known
working on that.
I've known this about Riley Moss since he's been drafted, and I was trying to figure out First of all, it's clear and it's obvious. He's a white corner, right?
I didn't see. I didn't.
Listen, he's a white corner.
I didn't
okay?
think he was white.
Listen,
Is he white?
he is a white corner.
No, pull
okay?
pull that back. I didn't. I saw a light skinned brother.
Okay,
man.
he is a light skinned brother.
He's darker than Chad Brown.
I didn't say that, Chad.
Hey, that's my dog, Chad.
I didn't say that.
I guess he is white.
Yeah, he's a white corner.
And what does that mean?
CJ, he is the first white corner to play corner in the NFL and be drafted to play that position and stay at that position since Jason Sehorn.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Come on, man. That cannot be right.
Listen, man, this has been his plight. You know, he wears long white sleeves in every game. I think it's almost to, not to stick out.
Come on, man. I don't believe that.
Okay.
No, Riley Moss is a good football player.
I didn't say he wasn't. I'm just telling you.
It's a bit of an anomaly, right?
Well, I mean, and I think the kid that played opposite him when he was at Iowa was just drafted by the Eagles, had a big interception in the Super Bowl last year. Two white corners, both from Iowa. Both can play football. Both of them can really play.
Yes.
But it's really obvious. I guess it would be equivalent to, for me, it would be equivalent to saying, hey, that's a black quarterback. And for the longest time in the NFL, you did not see a black quarterback.
Right. Not consistent. Now half the teams are starting.
Right. I mean, but for, like my rookie year, Randall Cunningham was a black quarterback.
Damn, you old, bro.
Yeah, Randall Cunningham, Warren Moon, and maybe Rodney Peete was playing.
Who was your guy in Cincinnati? Who was the
Jeff Blake?
Jeff Blake.
Yeah.
He was
came a little later. I'm talking about
that's true.
When I got into the league.
Mm-hmm.
So the rest of the quarterbacks, I'm trying to think. The rest of the quarterbacks were white. So it was so when I tell you there's been realization that white corners can play, that's something that I think everybody knew. But who would be the first one to draft somebody?
Well, I think
you see what I'm saying? Like,
I hear what you're saying, but
who would be the first GM to draft and play a white cornerback? George Payton.
Well.
Or is that? Could you say that's? Who? I guess that would be the head coach, Payton, Sean Payton. It's either whoever called it, or is that Vance Joseph?
Yeah, it was before. He was before Sean Payton.
No, was he?
That was Riley Moss was before Sean Payton.
But this is year 3 for him.
Is it year 3?
Yeah, this is year 3.
Was he in Sean's first draft?
Yes.
Class? Okay.
Yeah. So one of the 3, it's either Sean Payton, it's either Vance Joseph, or it's the GM.
But we got to be we can't go too far in making these.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm just telling you what happened. I'm not telling you it's right or wrong. I'm telling you that it happened.
Can I finish?
Well, I'm just saying. Why are you? What is there something about?
Can I finish?
I'm just letting you know. The Broncos actually gave him a fair shot. The guy has the talent of a first rounder.
So let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think there are like white corners out there that's just not getting the shot because they're white?
Absolutely.
Really?
It's like gay football players who don't get a chance.
Hey man, bro, you got to bring it back in. Now, what are you talking about? What is the comparison between being gay and playing football and being white and being a corner? Are you kidding me,
man? Let's not do this, okay?
What are you talking about?
Let's not do this, man. Come on, man. You know that there are certain people that don't get shots in the NFL,
bro. I think you're missing the whole.
Hold on, man.
I think you're missing.
I just want to talk about Michael Sam for a minute. Okay,
you can talk about whatever you want to share.
I want to talk about Michael Sam,
but that has nothing to do with.
I want to talk about Michael Sam.
Egregious, ridiculous point that you made.
Listen, man. I want to talk about Michael Sam, SEC Defensive Player of the Year.
Yes.
Okay, plays and balls out in preseason in the NFL.
Yes,
and does not get a shot. to make a team.
Late draft, I think.
Why?
But never really given a shot. I agree with
but
you.
why?
Because I agree with you on this, because I think...
Because he was gay. Just say it, dog.
If you will allow me to, I will, man. You're a little bit...
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just telling you. You asked me about white cornerbacks. I'm telling you, white cornerbacks really didn't fit in the NFL, and neither did gay players. I don't even know if gay players fit in now.
I think the comparison is absolutely egregious. It's ridiculous. The reason white corners you don't see an abundance of white corners in the National Football League is not the same reason you don't see more gay players who are out in the National Football League. Two completely different issues.
Why are they
and for you to conflate the two, I think is absurd.
Oh my God. I'm just telling you that there is a perspective out there that won't allow for certain players to be part of this league, or has been, and breaking through the white cornerback has been a big one. That's been a big one.
First of all,
what don't you understand?
I don't understand.
If I tell you that he's the first
comparison.
white corner to be drafted as a corner and play since Jason Sehorn,
means what?
Oh my God! So you telling me?
What does that mean? What are you telling me that
Jason Sehorn
means?
played in the NFL when there was Jerry curls, man. There were Jerry curls.
So are you saying that white corners
have been discriminated against, if you will, as a football
Really?
category?
What evidence do you have to back that up?
I have years of non-drafting of players, or immediately drafting of players, and they move them to safety.
I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to next show.
I don't have to do anything next show.
I want you to bring me the draft boards or the cornerback evaluations of draftable players, and show me where.
You mean like the same one that was available for the black quarterbacks who didn't get a chance?
See, that's a social experiment that, listen, do you realize that there were only white cornerbacks in the National Football League at one point?
Yes,
do you realize
there were only white football players?
Was there ever only black quarterbacks in the National Football League?
No.
Were there
what you're
ever
saying,
only...
what you're saying, oh my goodness,
but
dude, don't do this.
You're
missing it. You're missing it. Okay, I point out the obvious. Okay, I point out the obvious.
You are Mr. Obvious that there are not a lot of white cornerbacks in the league.
There's only two.
Wow.
There are only two.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I guess white
two
running backs.
drafted.
I guess white running backs are discriminated against too.
No, that's not true.
No. Why not?
No, because we've seen white running backs have Hall of Fame career.
A handful.
Yeah, we have.
I guess white receivers are discriminated against too.
No, we've seen white receivers play. We've seen them drafted. We've seen them play.
Yeah.
But the white corner, man, the white corner is just, listen. I played in the NFL.
Wait, hold on, man.
Hold on. I played in the NFL. Hold on.
I gotta get this
played in the NFL for 9 seasons, 10 training camps. Not one time, and maybe it was just a coincidence. Not one time in 10 training camps did I see one white cornerback.
Okay, you should have been a better teammate and stood up for your white cornerbacks, right?
Well, the white cornerbacks that I played with was drafted actually by the Seattle Seahawks.
So let me get this.
That was Dave McCloughan.
So you're saying who was a hell of a cornerback?
Yeah, he played with me in Colorado.
Yeah, at the University of Colorado. Let me get this right. So you're saying that league. Hold on.
This is such bullshit.
Big Al
this is such bullshit.
This guy.
I don't have. It doesn't have to be
saying that the National Football League
discriminates against gay people
and white corners.
There was a time.
So an ownership.
There was a time.
So an ownership group that are all white.
No, I didn't say ownership group. Maybe it was a scouting community. Maybe it was a coaching staff.
Allow me to. Will you?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. An ownership group that's 100% white, coaching staffs and evaluators that are majority white are discriminating against white corners. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Why would they do that? Why would they do that?
Oh, are we being serious right now? I mean, seriously.
I'm not sure if we are or not.
Okay, well then let's move on, because if you want to play this shit, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm giving you the gospel here, okay? That
white cornerbacks are discriminated against.
That they were not being drafted, or if they were drafted.
That's not what you said.
If they were drafted, they were drafted but they did not play corner in this league.
And I will tell you, it's not because they were white.
Okay.
It was because they were a better safety than a corner. Period. That's why.
All right.
I mean, you disagree with that? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ask you that question. Let's move on.
Wait a minute. I'll answer your question. I'll answer your question.
Damn,
okay.
I didn't mean
I'll
to ask
answer your
you
question.
that question.
Do I believe that white cornerbacks got a fair shot in the NFL? No.
And the evidence of
Do
that
I believe
is what?
gay players get a fair shot in the NFL? Hell no.
Do you think?
I don't believe that there is one
on.
gay player that's out right now going into an NFL draft that will be drafted.
Do you think people
right now? This is 2025, and I'm telling you this right now, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Who's going to be the first? Who's going to be the first coach to integrate the locker room for the gay player?
How many gay players do you think are in the league now?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
about 10%.
I don't know. I don't know.
But you won't deny that there are gay players likely in the National Football League today.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Okay,
I would imagine
your
so.
point is,
but I'm just saying, like, you know, when you hear these stories about guys who say that they're gay, okay, there's only been one who was a high-profile player. Okay, only one that was a high-profile player at a premium position
and was absolutely discriminated against.
Absolutely.
No, and for you to make that point is fair, but to conflate it with the cornerback situation,
I'm just telling you what it's not clumsy. It is so factual. It's factual, and it is. If you can find some evidence to show me otherwise, I challenge you.
No, the burden of proof is on you.
I told you what the history is.
You made a claim.
I told you what the history is.
I don't want to talk. You give me a headache.
You don't want the history, but that's good.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, you don't have to have. Listen, you don't have to agree with me. All you have to do is just look it up.
Okay. All right. Anyway, man, can we move on?
Yes.
You think you made a pointed point, so you?
I'm just telling you,
tipping your cap to yourself.
I'm just letting you know the guy can play. He's just got to learn to be patient. That's all. That's this whole conversation.
Who are you talking about? Riley Moss?
Riley Moss has to learn to be patient.
That was I gave you props for making that
that's
point.
what I'm saying. But
then you went off the rails and said some completely dumb shit.
Because I'm starting to hear chattering about the white cornerback out there.
Of course, it's always.
I'm just letting you know,
it's cute. It's a cute story.
People are starting to talk about whether or not the white cornerback can play, and I'm telling you, the guy can play. He's just got to learn to be patient.
Every white cornerback that I've seen play can play.
How many have you seen play in the NFL?
2 that I'm aware of, that I recall.
How long ago?
That's over a 25-year period.
So. 3.
So
Jason Sehorn.
Yep. Riley Moss.
And the two from Iowa.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. So people white corners are starting to be more prevalent, and they'll be more present in the league.
What happened? What changed?
What do you mean? What changed?
What changed? What changed? What made them more prevalent now than 10 years ago?
My guess is you probably have more going out and playing the position from high school through college.
You think they're not white corners? Turn on TV this weekend. There are going to be white corners playing everywhere.
You do not see a lot of irony there. You do not see a lot of white corners playing college football. Anyway, man.
Why? Because is it because the black college coaches don't want to play a white corner because they think that white corner is going to be targeted?
Hey man, this is getting worse. Every second of this conversation.
I'm just telling you, these are the conversations that's been had over the years.
That's great. And sometimes the barbershop conversation should just.
It's not a barbershop conversation. It's just the truth. Yeah. Just like you need to give, like it's fair to give the black quarterback a shot. It's fair to give the black quarterback a shot. It's fair to give the white cornerback a shot.
So you equating discrimination against black quarterbacks?
But why wasn't the black quarterback part of the 70s and the 80s and the 90s?
More so in we begin to see it in the 70s.
I'm just saying,
and
but
80s.
why?
Because like the larger black population at large, it was discriminated against, and quarterback was always
from high school, right? Probably from high school to junior high. Junior high, high school, college.
Listen. Again, equating what happened. Black quarterbacks were a subset of the black population writ large. And so they were discriminated against, right? It is the leadership, the cerebral, the the leader of the team. And unfortunately, there are time periods in our history where Black folks didn't get the benefit of being able to do those things. That's why there weren't Black quarterbacks. I don't know what point you're making or what is the.
So wait. You saying
I don't want to wait.
I
don't want to wait.
Okay,
I want to move on.
Well, go ahead and move on
because
then. Because I'm telling you that
you're talking a bunch of nonsense.
Clearly, there was a period in the NFL where Black quarterbacks were not allowed to play.
I just explained to you why.
Oh, okay. I'm just telling you that it happened.
I know it happened.
Okay, when I'm telling you there's a period also when the white cornerback wasn't allowed to play in this league. And I'm just telling you that happened as well.
Both happened, and we can acknowledge that both happened, but trying to draw a parallel between the reasons why is ridiculous.
What?
Hey, man,
it happened. I didn't tell you why it happened. I'm just telling you it happened.
You said they were discriminated against.
As a collective group.
Can we move on to something else that's going to give me a headache? The Colorado Buffaloes went to Utah after a
discriminated against. Absolutely discriminated against last week.
The Utes were not great hosts to our Colorado Buffaloes, man. 53-7 the final score. Bro, let me tell you something. I watched this game. I was at the crib, late game, 8:00. I had all my vittles. I went around to my kitchen, I get my vittles and everything straight. I get back to my seat, bro. I'm seeing a guy just rip off a long one. I'm like, damn, okay, all right, we got to settle ourselves. It got worse from there. It never looked like a team that got off the bus to compete in a football game. It was shocking to me. One, and you and I talked about this a little bit offline, it was after a bye. And two, it was a team that was in Colorado that was beginning to trend in the right direction.
And they had that starting quarterback out.
They had the CU Buffs had 53 put on them by a freshman quarterback in his first college game action. It shocked me. But then I began to think about as I remove
go ahead.
As I remove myself from the emotion of the moment. Something we gave Deion a great deal of credit for last week, I think backfired him.
Go ahead.
I think it completely backfired.
Go ahead.
I think this was a team that had almost zero focus on the task at hand, and that was playing Utah. And what may have contributed to that, college teams now, I think you can break them up in thirds. A third of your team are solidly, these are guys that are your staples. They're going to be back next year, no matter what. This is the foundation of your program. Then you have a third that's in the mix. Like they don't know, right? Maybe I'm in the play, maybe I'm not. Then you have a third that's flat out looking out the door, trying to figure out who their coach next year is going to be.
I got you now. Okay.
So when you do, here's the flip side. We gave Deion a lot of credit for the portal scrimmage and, getting his guys film and opportunities to shine for the upcoming portal. The problem is, and it looked like a team that wasn't completely focused in on this particular task. It's likely or possible that 2/3 of your team were thinking about whether or not they had good film, whether or not and that was a prevailing message. And I think it looked like a team that just wasn't focused on the task at hand. I think that came back to bite them in the butt a little bit.
All good teams that I've been part of, and I've been part of some really, really, really good football teams. I would say half my career has been spent on good to great football teams. What you do in a bye week is you block and you tackle and you focus on fundamentals. That's it. That's it. People want to know, do you put in a new defense? Maybe. You put in a new offensive wrinkle? Maybe, but not real change. You just don't have time because it takes communication. It takes It takes a brand new mindset of the play caller to get in the role of calling said plays. And in general, you just don't make wholesale changes unless it's for a guy who has not played to finally play. Colorado was not in that situation last week.
Right.
So what I saw last week was a total breakdown in coaching. And I saw a defensive effort that we talked about the week before that was excellent. The following week, we saw a few guys, and this is how it works, man, in a one-gap defense. You have a few guys who are in position to make the play that don't make the play.
Yeah.
And when you don't make the play in a one-gap defense, then you get scarred. And that's exactly what happened to the University of Colorado. You know, either a guy didn't get to this gap responsibility or he was in his gap responsibility, it didn't make the tackle. And when you have situations like that in a one-gap defense, you get scarred up. Offensively, Pat Shermer's just got to do better. He's just –
or maybe someone else needs to do better.
CJ.
Maybe someone else needs to do better.
I
can't tell you how many times we've said on this show and others, Pat Shermer got to do better.
I started the season off last year, shall I say this year, with one prevailing theme. The University of Colorado sent 4 guys to the NFL that made NFL rosters at wide receiver. Okay? You know who else does that? Ohio State.
Right.
They also sent a quarterback to the NFL that actually made the team. You know who does that? Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know, this is LSU, Ohio State. These are the blue bloods of college football. And what did we do with that talent last year in the last opportunity to play together? We squandered it. And that was with 2 or 3 weeks and a bowl game that happened in San Antonio.
Yep.
And to that, I was like, you know, you just ruined these guys' stock value because they actually showed up for Coach Prime and played. Now, Travis Hunter still went, I think, second overall in the NFL draft. But by the way, he won the Heisman Trophy, okay, signifying the best player in college football. Did you really get the best out of him? Probably because he played defense. But in general, I never thought that the offensive play calling was up to par with the talent that we had last year. I started this year hopeful that we would have a breakthrough with Pat Shermer. It just hasn't happened. It can't happen. And because it can't happen, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, this is one that, you know, from what I understand, there was some funkiness with Sean Lewis left. Okay, there was some funkiness that was around the organization when he left, when he was displaced. There's no funkiness as far as dysfunction with Pat Shermer. He's just not great at what he does.
I totally agree.
He's just not great.
I think that's a great analysis. I thought offense. This is a team that did the first series of the game against CU. What they did the last, they sent pressure, and we never adjusted. We never did anything different. We never took advantage or even attempted to really take advantage against man coverage with our, rather talented receivers. I just never saw anything that said, okay, we're going to make an adjustment.
Let's get them out of this.
Let's get them. Let's throw it deep. Let's get it out of it.
Let's get them out of this.
Nothing.
This defense.
Nothing.
We're going to make sure that they never play that defense. All the great, once again, all the great offensive coordinators that I've ever played with, they will make you get out of a blitz package because they run rubs, they'll run screens, they run draws.
That's right.
They will scar your ass up because they understand and know how to beat pressure.
It looked like it was the first time that we saw pressure.
And you know what? That was I'd like to say it was a quarterback. That wasn't a quarterback last week, man. That was not the quarterback last week. That was piss poor planning against a team that the game should have been. It should have been a game where the score should have looked like 17-13.
Totally agree.
Because they lost their starting quarterback.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'm looking at us defensively, and I'm watching our pre-snap alignment. Our linebackers are playing at depth, right? We're not pressuring the quarterback. You got a true freshman quarterback.
You don't need to pressure him. He didn't throw for shit.
He didn't have to.
Exactly.
No, but
exactly.
What I'm saying, you didn't pressure the run either.
Yep. But I'm saying, but once again, when you have guys on defense or that are in the hole, okay. I mean, you can go back and look at the first run from the quarterback, and you can see him cutting back and cutting across the field. When you go back and watch it, there's a guy sitting in the hole who misses the tackle.
Well, listen, no, I'm gonna tell you now.
So who is that on?
That is on personnel and
okay.
Coach
Well,
Brown,
I'm just saying, you put a guy in position to make a play, and if he doesn't make the play, CJ, it looks bad.
Bruh. The long touchdown
that a 65-yard, 60-yard run?
Listen, the first touchdown,
second play of the game,
the first touchdown, the only defender that had a shot at a tackle was 15 yards deep, and it was the safety.
No,
he was the only. Everyone else,
go back and watch it, man. Go back and watch it, man.
It was just a simple counterplay where they kicked out on the cornerback with the pulling guard. They blocked down. The DN gets reached. The receiver in motion.
The DN had a charge. He had a charge at the dive. And the quarterback pulled the dive.
No.
Okay, man.
No. This, right. I'm talking about not the quarterback run. I'm talking
about the first quarterback run.
I'm talking about the first touchdown.
That was the quarterback.
Number one, the running back.
Wasn't he the first? No, it was the quarterback on the second. The second play of the game was the one that scored the touchdown.
I think that was the running back. The quarterback had the first big play on the first play of the game. Then they came back and ran
it was a touchdown. It was like a 60-yard touchdown.
Hear me out, man.
Go ahead, man. Maybe I got some things going on mentally. So if I'm off, I'm off.
That was in the last segment, but everyone was accounted for. I mean, it was the way you draw a play up before a game. This is how it's going to work, and it worked just like that. End gets reached, the crack's supposed to come down. He seals the linebacker. Pulling guard on the counter just blows up the corner, and the safety is one-on-one, 15 yards deep.
Yes.
15 yards deep.
Yes.
My problem is this. You got to make this game muddy and ugly for a first-time quarterback. So you don't play guys at depth like, you're playing against an experienced quarterback who will carve you up, and you're trying to keep him in front of you. You go get this dude. You just put rush pressure, and you pressure in waves from the front to quarterback. This guy, make him sit back there and throw against your man coverage and beat.
No, make him throw against zone. Make him throw against zone.
Whatever you play behind pressure, I don't care.
You don't even need pressure. You just need 8 guys in the box in the cover 3 platform. You just need 8 guys in the box and play cover 3.
That's man.
It's not man. It's just listen. If you have 7 blockers, we have 8 defenders. If you have 8 blockers, we have 9 defenders. In a cover 3 concept, basically, your plus one is the guy that you are adding to the defensive box to take the place of the quarterback. And I'm telling you,
who's your flat defender?
You really don't have.
So
it would have to be
that up.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and hey, God bless you until you get to the red zone, and then maybe we change the cover 2. I mean, that's what. Listen, if you want to play winning football, and you want to stop the run, it's a cover 3 concept, or it's man to man.
It's a cover 3 with a flat defender in the box.
You really don't have a flat defender in cover 3.
And that's not a.
Oh,
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. It's
you really don't
safety,
have.
Man.
You
what
don't.
Are you talking about?
Listen, your flat. Listen, you only have in a cover 2 defense. You have 5 zones. Okay. You have 2 deep and you have 5 under.
Right.
Okay. Cover 3, you have 3 deep and 4 under. So you are naturally don't have somebody in the flat area. If somebody wants to run a speed out all day, they have it.
Al, listen, let's get off that, man. Stick to defensive end. Cover 3 absolutely has flat defenders. What are you talking about, man?
They're late, if anything, to the flat. You don't have clear defining roles for flat defenders in a cover 3 defense. It just does not.
You are taking cover 3 literally and saying you only have 3 defensive backs.
No, I'm telling you that
cover 3 is.
I'm telling you that unless you have some kind of invert on the cover 3, I'm telling you right now.
You always have an invert on the cover 3.
You don't.
What is the strong safety in the cover 3?
Cover 3, he's in the hole. He's in the hole.
And he's the flat defender.
He's not there immediately. So if somebody stood up and just threw the ball out to the flat.
Well, the receiver's not there immediately either.
Sure, he could be. He could just be standing there.
Well, then the corner got him.
Okay. Well, how can the corner get him if he's in cover 3 concept?
Standing there and it's a quick.
Please, let's not do this. Let's not do this.
Okay.
You want to talk offense?
Right.
We talk offense. Please, let's not talk about defense.
Bruh, my whole life was understanding concepts of what defensive backs do.
Well, I'm telling you, I played on defense, and that is not how cover 3 works.
You never backpedaled voluntarily.
Sure, I did. I won the Buckets Award as a linebacker.
A hands down, rush to pass the linebacker.
Okay, bro. I can't believe you. All right, what do you want to talk about now? I mean, you're just being an antagonist today.
I'm not
just being an antagonist.
Man. Anyway.
You like it though. I know you like it.
I like what?
You like being wrong.
Bro, you give me a headache. What are you talking about? And I'm not wrong. Bottom line is this. I thought the offensive game plan was horrible. I thought the defensive game plan was horrible. And I thought the head coach completely miscalculated. Prime thought that they had a great game. Prime thought that they had a great week of practice and preparation for this game. And I think what oftentimes happens to coaches is they mistake high energy for high focus. I think this was a high energy environment because a lot of the teammates of players who were getting the opportunity to play in this I
think you're wrong.
Hold on. There's a bunch of rah-rah and a bunch of energy.
Period. I think you're just wrong. You think because he helped out some kids that were going in the transfer portal that it led to the University of Colorado losing this football game against Utah?
I think it contributed to a lack of focus on the task at hand, and that was going on the road and playing a damn good Utah. If you recall, think about it. All we talked about last show was how awesome that was, and we talked about assignment football.
We talked about assignment football against Iowa State. Assignment football.
We showed clips of the week and how there was huge rah-rah and energy around this portal scrimmage. Now, I think it's a brilliant idea still, but I think the watch out is high energy does not equal high focus. This was a team that lacked focus, and you could tell they were out of position. They were slow to the ball.
We got our coached offensively and defensively. We had guys that did not make plays that should have made plays. That's just the bottom line.
Look, I'm talking to you. I think Arizona.
You don't lose a game like that unless you are out coached. Okay. First of all, you got to get out coached.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then you have to have a bunch of guys on defense miss tackles. You got to have a bunch of guys miss tackles. And that's exactly what happened.
Everything you just said, put an equal sign next to it and say lack of focus, because you don't get there if you're focused and locked in on the task at hand. The underlying reality.
Listen, man, listen. If you walk into a game and you have simple rules, okay? Let's just say you have simple rules. You walk into a game, you have simple rules, and they are established day one. Like I said, when we were talking about this, when we first started this conversation, the only thing that happens in a bye week is blocking and tackling.
Do you think that happened?
We don't need nothing new in a bye week.
Do you think that happened in a bye week?
I think it should have happened.
I didn't ask you what it should have happened. Of course, you just said it should happen.
Yes.
You think it happened?
I think it happened.
Okay. So blocking and tackling who?
Blocking and tackling, running routes crisply, quarterback throwing on time, all of those things that go into fundamental football should have happened that week.
Man, you keep talking about what should have happened. I'm so tired of you talking about.
I wasn't at practice. I'm sorry. I wasn't at practice.
Well, I'm telling you given what we saw in the game.
You weren't at practice either.
You don't know where I was.
You weren't at practice.
You don't know where I was. Look, man, I don't want to talk. Anything else you want to contribute?
No, I'm just saying, man, I think today you're just off. I mean, it's not one of your best days. So I'm just being honest with you. Today's not one of your best days.
Well, perhaps I'm consistent with my fellow Colorado Buffaloes football team, and I hope to have a better day this upcoming weekend, like I believe the Buffs will against the Arizona Wildcats. By the way, it's a 5:00 kickoff. The biggest and best tailgate party is happening at the Boulder Marriott. About 3:00, the Big Al and CJ show will kick off. And this is just a day party. You know, DJ Fedora is going to be part of it, man. It's just a big old day party at the Boulder Marriott off Canyon. Make sure you come up. We got all kinds of giveaways, by the way. We're giving away rooms, night stays. We're giving away food with food vouchers. And of course, you know, you can come holler at the big fella, man, and tell him how absolutely ridiculous his takes on the Tuesday show.
I tell you, the Tuesday show this week, there are a few things that you were wrong about. The white cornerback being discriminated against, the black quarterback being discriminated against, and CU not having focus. Certainly, I just think that you've just been wrong. I mean, if we continue this show, you're going to be more wrong.
Well,
the longer this show goes.
Well, let's put that to the test.
You want to quit the show right now?
No,
or you want
I need
get
another
the hell
shot.
up out of here.
I need one more shot. Would you sit back, man? Damn.
Well, no, because you got me on the edge of my chair because I couldn't believe what you just actually said.
Bro, you too big to be leaning forward like that, man. Thank you, bro. Relax, man. Damn. Take that there. Never mind. Coach Prime did have another observation that before we get out of here, I got to get to, because on this one, I absolutely agree with, man. I got to get your opinion on this. I got a message I want to put out, but I got to get your opinion. Let's hear what Coach Prime was talking about.
Process of building something.
There's no one patience in this world. How do we exude patience when we could call up right now and get a pizza delivered right here? That you could call and get a ride waiting outside for you. Everything is expeditious in this country. Everyone wants the quick fix, the quick things. You got mail order brides too, right? You get married, right away. You could get a BBL. You could come in here flat as I don't know what, and leave thick as a Snicker.
Hey, man. I just want to say one thing, man. Listen. To each his own, right? I get it. Do what you got to do. But some of these BBLs is just sisters. And I'm talking about sisters of all races. Like that right there.
Oh, my God.
What the hell is going on? Listen.
What is that?
Listen.
What is that? Are those pumpkins? It feels Halloween.
Hey, man.
Is that a pumpkin?
Bro,
that's pumpkins.
A BBL, man, a Brazilian butt lift for those who don't know. And for some reason, and I'm gonna put some of this blame on you, man.
That's asinine. What is that? That's my first. Y'all always pull this shit. Bro. Y'all always play something on the show that I'm not ready for.
Hey, man.
Y'all always do it.
You are complicit in what we're seeing out here. There's an epidemic of this stuff going on. And I just want to tell y'all.
I haven't ordered a pizza to come to my house ever in my life.
Really?
I've never ordered a pizza. If I order wings, I go get them.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, if there's something that takes time, I'm used to it taking time. I just wait.
Well, you old school. I mean,
I'm old school.
But we live in.
But I do have an Uber account finally, and that's a whole nother story. Not today.
Not today. Okay. Okay. We'll get to that some other day. But dude, I just want to look again, my sisters of all backgrounds and races.
Background for real.
Stop it, please. Like, whatever the big fella gave you, it's cool, right? It's cool.
You talking about the big fella upstairs?
Yeah, like whatever he gave you is like.
So you don't like the extras?
That's horrible, man.
You don't like the extras?
No, did you? I mean, it looked like.
Do you like it when they fix their teeth? Do you like it when they fix their teeth?
Like an ostrich, man. The legs be.
I'm just saying. Do you like it when they fix their teeth?
I mean, it's fine. Your braces, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
You like it when they fix upstairs?
Can you pull that picture back up, please? Do you like that?
Understand. Listen.
Do you like that?
I mean, if that was my woman, she asked me how she looked.
What would you say? Like,
I tell her she had to put all them damn groceries back. Because she probably got the president turning off the SNAP benefits. Them look like number groceries back there.
Hey, man, Hey man, bruh, you know, you've given too many of
Oh
these,
my God.
you've given too many of these women, these young ladies, a false sense of what beauty is, man. And you're complicit in this.
Oh my goodness.
That's just
I just don't. I have no
all.
words.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna say to
I have no
them,
words.
like I'm gonna say to you, stop it, please. Stop it.
Coach Prime called it out, huh? He said nobody's patient. You won't go to the gym and do your glute workouts.
Do a squat.
You know, you won't do your squats. You won't walk in high heels on the treadmill.
What did they even put in? What is that?
I don't know, man. I just, you know, I don't know. I don't know what that is. But you know,
I was Googling it, man, and they said like it has a certain smell to it too.
smell like ass.
Hey, we'll see y'all this Saturday at 3:00 at the Boulder Marriott. It is a day party. Come on out, win prizes, hang out with your boy Big Al and CJ. It's going to be a blast. And let's root this Colorado Buffalo team on the victory. Have a good one, everybody.